What's up guys, Steady Striker here, and in this video we'll be talking about Jan Blachowicz versus Alex Pereira. Such a good fight in the co-main event of UFC 291, and this is a big fight, this is not only Alex Pereira's light heavyweight debut, but this is a number one contenders fight in my eyes. I think that the winner of this fight is, I'm not sure if it's confirmed, but I'm pretty sure this makes the most sense for the winner of this fight to fight for the title next. And I think they would be fighting Yuri Prochazka, because I think by December Yuri Prochazka should be back. And it makes sense because who else out there is going to fight for it, Magomed Ankalaev, he has a fight in Abu Dhabi. I'm not sure who he's fighting next. I think it might be Johnny Walker. But either way, there's no one else. Jamal Hill, he's out of injury sadly, but I think Yuri Prochazka should be good to go. And that December pay-per-view is looking pretty good. I think that now Alexander Volkanovski is going to return in December. Originally, it was kind of like, okay, is he going to rematch Islam? Is he going to fight Ilya? This and that, because Oliveira said he wasn't ready for October, but now he's fighting Islam again. So all of a sudden, Volk, now it's clear what he's going to do next. He's going to fight Ilya, and it's most likely going to be in December. I think November might be a bit too soon, and that November pay-per-view is already looking stacked. So I think you put Volk in the December card to make it even better. And as the main event, you put the winner of this fight versus Yuri Prochazka. Any fight with Yuri Prochazka is a guaranteed fight of the year contender. And then I think as a third title fight, I think they will have the bantamweight title fight for the women's division. Juliana Pena versus Mayra Bueno Silva, or Juliana Pena versus Raquel Pennington. Either way, just put that title on there. It's a great pay-per-view, 3 title fights. But my take on this fight is that I think Jan Blachowicz is going to win this fight. It's it's a very close and competitive fight. And I see a lot of people talking about or I see a lot of people saying that Alex Pereira is going to win this fight because he's going to be hitting a lot harder at light heavyweight, because he was hitting really hard at middleweight. But we don't really know if that's for sure, if he's going to have that crazy power still at a weight class above, because we've seen guys like Conor McGregor, he was knocking people out cold at featherweight, but then at lightweight, it was a bit different. Poirier at featherweight, he wasn't taking McGregor shots, but then at lightweight he was taking them pretty well. Then there's also guys like Darren Till, who at welterweight he had a lot of power. He was dropping some guys. But then at middleweight he didn't do so well. Same with Henry Cejudo. He was putting some people away in the flyweight division. And to be fair, he had pretty decent power, but it wasn't the same as flyweight power. But me personally, I feel his power is going to be relatively the same. I could be wrong, but I don't think he's going to be hitting harder. I think if anything, he'll be hitting the same as he was at middleweight, and I think that's why Jan is gonna look like he's gonna be able to take his power, because Jan he's still pretty big too. You see his back and everything. The dude, even his neck, he's a pretty solid dude, and he's got this sort of Muay Thai style, and it allows him to defend leg kicks really well. I know Alex Pereira has some really sneaky ways of lining those kicks. He doesn't really turn his hips over. Actually, Jan Blachowicz kind of does something similar, because he doesn't even turn his hips into it. But the difference with Jan is he'll hit with your shin on shin. In the Magomed Ankalaev fight, he was literally kicking Ankalaev's shin. Ankalaev was checking Blachowicz's kicks, but it still hurt him. So I think he'll be doing the same in this fight. We've seen that Alex Pereira checks kicks very well. He's a kickboxer. I think he'll be checking them, but I think it might still affect him, because I think Jan Blachowicz has denser shins. like, it's very strange. I've never seen any fighter like that. But, Jan Blachowicz is just different and unique in that way. And I also think that he'll be able to defend. Some of Pereira's leg kicks, for the most part, not making it as effective. We've seen Adesanya, he like one of the best leg kickers in MMA currently. He sets him up really well. Like, he turns his hips like into his kicks. But Jan Blachowicz was able to check majority of them. He was like giving him problems as well. And, that was over a course of 5 rounds where, like, at the end of the fight, Adesanya's legs were dead. But then in the Ankalaev fight, it only took him like 2 rounds before Ankalaev's legs were really starting to hurt. So I think he'll be able to hurt Pereira with those leg kicks at some point. And I think Jan Blachowicz is one of the light heavyweights who has like better defense. He doesn't like get himself in too much trouble in his fights. Like, he doesn't really use his footwork as defense, but he kind of like leans out the way of shots really well, pulls out the way. He does a good job of standing his ground too, and he's gonna meet Pereira in that pocket when Pereira comes to him, or he might even change levels and try to take him down too. But I think in this fight, Pereira's gonna be dangerous early, and he's gonna put that pressure. But I think the altitude's gonna affect them both. But I think Jan Blachowicz might be able to handle it a bit better. I think he came here a bit before Pereira. But either way, I think that Blachowicz is going to, like, when they're both tired, I think he'll be able to get some takedowns. And, the fatigue, I think it's going to benefit the guy on top a lot more. And I think he could get a submission on Pereira or, like, just warn him. So then in the 3rd round, like, he won't be able in danger and just be able to coast to a decision win. But I also, like, another thing is Pereira got knocked out not that long ago, and that was like a huge knockout by Adesanya too. And usually from like when you get knocked out cold like that, it wasn't like a TKO where he got dropped and then like he got hit with a few hammer fists and the referee stopped it and he was so conscious. No, like Pereira was really out cold in that knockout. And like usually like it takes 6 months, like you get suspended for 6 months, and like because like you don't want to do anything, like you're shut off, like you don't want to have a lot of those. Like he was definitely concussed, so you need time to heal. But Pereira, did he really heal in 3 months? I don't know, and I don't think so. I think he's still gonna be affected. Sometimes it's like you don't really feel good, but you could still be damaged and you don't know about it. Like you just think, oh, okay, yeah, I feel good, but it's like unconsciously you're like actually like your brain is not like fully healed and you can't really feel it. And it's gonna like as soon as your brain like starts to get too much contact, it's gonna like kind of like want to resort and like shut off again, and if not faster the next time it happens. And I think that Pereira is gonna like he could get rocked badly in this fight, not because he doesn't have a good chin, but because he didn't give himself enough time to recover. And I know he's not cutting that weight, but he's still cutting a lot of weight. Like the guy is like not a small light heavyweight. I think he'll still be like pretty big in there, and he'll be cutting quite a bit of weight. I think he's like gonna feel like the shots from Blachowicz a lot more. And Blachowicz has a lot of power himself too. He might like I don't see him like finishing Pereira. I think he'll definitely rock him at some point and then like go for a takedown. But Blachowicz, I think he's smart enough at this point in his career to make the right decisions in order to give himself the easiest path to victory. And now he's like got that fire in him. Like he had a terrible fight last time with how it ended. At least he was pretty down, but I think he's gonna come out more motivated, and he feels this as a revenge for his fight against Glover. And I think he's gonna take this one by decision. I think I'm gonna go with Jan Blachowicz winning this fight. But let me know what you guys think, and make sure you tune in tomorrow to my Justin Gaethje versus Dustin Poirier prediction video. And thank you guys for watching.